A couple of weeks ago, I made a video talking about 23 vehicles that were removed from Grand Theft Auto Online that were brought back into the game in the Agents of Sabotage DLC. The reason they were brought back is because Rockstar decided to give them missile lock-on jammers, and because of that, they also brought them back into the stores, which is really good news. The only problem is that there were 188 vehicles removed from the game. That's a lot, so bringing back 23 of 188 still means we're missing about 150-ish. There's still a lot of vehicles that we can't get our hands on. Now, probably a good 30 to 40 of those 180 vehicles are street cars, so we're looking more probably around, I would say, 100 to 120 vehicles that were available on the stores, and you cannot get them. Out of those vehicles, I've combed through the list, and I have brought up the vehicles which I think are most notable that are not able to be purchased right now in GTA Online. I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to let you know my personal feelings on these vehicles, and if you should ever, consider picking these up. Every week in Grand Theft Auto Online, there are vehicles which enter the Simeon's car dealership. We also have luxury autos, and we have the LS car meet every single week. And usually 2 or even 3 of these vehicles will be available any given week that you can purchase. So I figured, why not make a guide for some of the better vehicles which were removed. If they ever come to store, you can consider picking them up. Starting off, we have 4 vehicles, all very similar. We have the Massacro race car, and then the Jester and the Jester race car. We'll start off with the Jesters. These are actually really, really good sports vehicles. The Jester has one of the better lap times. It's still ranked within the top 20 of sports cars, even though it's an OG vehicle. It's based off the Acura NSX, which is an incredibly sexy vehicle. It's fast, it looks amazing, and I think both variants of this car are great. It's also fairly inexpensive, only like $200-ish, $300,000. So if this does, pop up, I would definitely recommend to get your hands on it. We have the Massacro and the Massacro race car, which are honestly some of my favorite looking vehicles in GTA Online. I'm not exactly sure what this vehicle is based off of, but I can tell you that I love the design of it. I think you guys will probably like the design as well of the Massacro. And again, very inexpensive vehicle, only around the $300,000 mark. If either of these 4 cars come for sale, I would definitely recommend to pick them up. Next up, we have the Overflod Imorgon. This is it's kind of a weird vehicle. I don't love the way it looks. I know that there's some people that probably like the design of this car, but I'm not the biggest fan of its looks. But what I will say is that the Imorgon is very, very fast. It's a hybrid, which means that it can accelerate up to speed very quickly, and it also features really, really good overall maneuverability. And while it is one of the slower sports cars in terms of top speed, because of the fact it does have really, really good overall acceleration, it's still ranked within the top 20 of these sports cars in the handling and lap time department, which is actually really, really nice. As I said, it's not my favorite vehicle ever, but it's pretty fun to mess around with and to drive. So if it's, something that you like the design of, definitely recommend picking it up. This is probably one of the biggest disappointments to the GTA community. This is the Viseris. The Viseris, I never know how to pronounce it. I think we can all agree this vehicle looks amazing. It's based off the Pantera de Tomaso. You've got this massive exposed engine in the back, and it's got a super detailed interior, which is rare for Rockstar, but sometimes they do a good job on their sports classics. The Viseris is just an amazing looking vehicle. Heck, you can literally see the engine through the back seat, which is freaking epic. I love the design of the vehicle. It's got pop-up headlights, and it's one of the fastest sports classics in the game. It's not even that expensive, but you can't buy it. It's completely removed from the game, so the only way to get it is to wait for Rockstar to release it at some point in time. It's one of the best sports classics, and if it does come for sale, I'll obviously make sure to mention it in my weekly update videos. I would definitely recommend to get your hands on that vehicle. Next up, we have the Rapid GT. I love the Rapid GT Classic. It's obviously based off of a classic muscle car. Kind of reminds me of like a Boss 302 style vehicle. Very, very nice car. And it's pretty fast for the overall sports classics category. It has great customization. I think when these vehicles were added in the GTA, it was kind of like the peak of vehicle customization. Rockstar's been really lax lately in vehicle customization. The Banshee GTS doesn't really have much going for it in terms of its uniqueness. The Coquette D5, Also pretty disappointing. I don't know, Rockstar hasn't been doing a great job on their vehicles lately, but the Rapid GT Classic, I love the design of it. I think it's an incredibly nice looking vehicle. You can let me know your personal feelings there. Some other very nice looking vehicles. We have the Emperor ETR1, which is based off of the Lexus LFA. This is a massive fan favorite, and it's still a very, very good performer in its overall lap time. Once again, removed from the game. We have the Progen Tyrus, which I love the design of. I'm not exactly sure what it's based off of. I think it's based off of a Celine, but, you know, it's really hard to tell what exactly it's based off of. It's got some McLaren, it's got some Celine. It's kind of got a mix of both. Either way, I think we can all agree the Progen Tyrus is one of the nicest looking vehicles in GTA Online. And not only does it look nice, it sounds amazing. Let me turn up the game audio here. Just listen to this engine. I mean, how can you not like the sound of that vehicle? Such an incredibly beautiful car. Once again, not able to be purchased. We got another sports car here. This one is the 770. Very, very nice looking vehicle. I love the design of it. I don't even know why Rockstar removed this one, because it's actually a really good sports car in general. It's fast. It's got a good lap time. It's just really weird, right? Some of these vehicles, I don't even understand the thought process. Like, I can get some of the older cars that maybe people don't want to buy, but, like, why are we removing vehicles that are really, really good from the store? It doesn't make sense. I'm so disappointed. Especially this one. This is the Pfister 811. As any of you that watch my channel for a while, you probably know, this is one of my favorite all-time vehicles in GTA Online. It's based off of a Porsche, Spider. I love the design of it. It's fast. It's got not really a lot of customization, but it goes 132 miles per hour, making it still in the top 10 supercars in terms of top speed. And it just looks amazing. I love the design of this vehicle. I wish that Rockstar would make an HSW variant and it could go like 180. That would be insane, but in general, I really do like this vehicle, and it's so disappointing to me that it's no longer available for anybody to get their hands on. My Broke to Millions account, I can't get the car, and it's really disappointing because I love the car, but I literally can't get it. We have another really, really nice sports classics here. This is the Karin 190Z. It's obviously based off of a Fairlady Z, the original Fairlady Z. I mean, tell me this vehicle does not look amazing. It's got a super detailed interior, as we can see. And it's got so much customization going for it. Rockstar really did a good job on this vehicle's design, overall look, and liveries. And yet you can't get your hands on it. Like, it's just a lot of the decisions that Rockstar makes, really, they baffle me. Then we arrive to the final two vehicles. We have the Progen GP1 and the Ocelot Lynx. The GP1 is kind of a mediocre supercar in its performance, but it is based off of a McLaren F1, and I love the McLaren. It's an incredibly nice vehicle. It actually isn't bad. It's just not great either. Its handling is really mediocre in the supers category, but it is a fairly inexpensive supercar, so there's really no complaints there. It's a very nice looking vehicle as well, and it sounds amazing. I like it. It's, again, just another big question of, like, why Rockstar removed it. And they actually, once again, did a very good job on the interior design. As I said, sometimes Rockstar does a terrible job on their designing of the interiors, and then other times they really do a good job. And that's a vehicle they put a lot of love into, and then didn't really care after that. And then we finish off with the Ocelot Lynx, which is one of my favorite-looking sports cars in the game. I just think this is such a clean, well-designed vehicle. And once again, listen to this engine. Like, such a nice-sounding engine. Either way, you can let me know your personal feelings, comments, and opinions on these vehicles I showcased here today. But I wanted to make a quick video showcasing the vehicles which were removed, just in case you ever see them available in Simeon's dealership, the LS Car Meet, or whatever it is. These are definitely vehicles I would recommend to consider picking up. They're incredibly nice, they're fun to drive, and I don't know, it just makes me really disappointed to think that Rockstar removed a lot of these from GTA Online. I mean, thankfully for me, I would say I own about 80% of the vehicles. I don't own the Jester, rather annoyingly. That one I don't own, and I'll have to wait for that one to come for sale. But I own, I would say, 80% of these cars. You know, I own the Lynx, I own the GP1, the 190Z, the 811, the 770, the Tyrus, the ETR1, the Rapid GT, the Viseris, the Imorgon. So yeah, really the only vehicle I don't own is the Jester. That's it. But you know, for a lot of you guys, you probably are missing out on these vehicles, and it's really disappointing. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.